without talking. Don't talk.
Obviously, you can understand the emotion, obviously, because I don't know if you follow what happens in Israel. I follow it quite closely. There's one woman online actually, Amy Watson, I think, and she basically updates a lot more what happened with Zionist aggression, and this happens a lot. Obviously it wasn't as much as 100 fights a week, but it is a lot. I'm sure you would agree.
What a lot? Yeah. What are you saying a lot? Who dies a lot? Because there are Israeli Arabs serving in the military, there are Israeli Arabs serving in the judiciary, there are Israeli Arab doctors, there are Israeli Arab people working in high-tech companies, which is the thing in Israel.
Before I show you the proof, are you saying that the Zionists don't do no oppression to the Palestinian Muslims that are living there?
So, in the West Bank they have full military. In Gaza there is a problem because the Gaza people are not only terrorized by Hamas, but they have a blockade by Israel for its own security reasons, and that is why the people in Gaza do not have the same rights as the people even in West Bank.
Okay, now before I go into the evidence, actually, I want to know your standpoint on how Israel or Zionism began in that region, and how was it justified? Because, for example, let me give you an example. I'm black. Say I'm a black person. Yeah. Like you mentioned that black people are slaves. A lot more.
And I oppose that. I oppose that whole.
A lot more black people were killed and enslaved, etc., than the Jews. You understand?
I oppose that.
Yeah.
I don't know the number. But yes, a lot of black people were not only killed, but they were exploited.
Yeah.
They were exploited.
So using your logic, that black people should have their own homeland.
If they demand one, there was never a demand for a black.
Can they take Israel?
Why would they take Israel? Did the Jews ever do that? No one took Palestine. There was never a state of Palestine.
Who's you?
Yeah,
there was never a state of
It was given by the British anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
It was given.
What's your name, sir?
Rebecca.
Sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect.
No, this show.
What are you wearing around your neck?
Do you know? You said that Britain was given by the Israel. Palestine was given to Jews by the British. Yeah. Who was it taken off?
Was there ever a state of Palestine? Was there ever a state of Palestine?
Let me give you
and we're not going into.
Okay, I'll give you a history lesson.
Yeah, give me history.
Okay, so at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, obviously he ruled over many places, and then the second Caliph, Umar al-Khattab, he marched to Jerusalem, and it was conquered without any war. Yeah, he was basically given the keys to rule over Jerusalem, and the Muslims ruled over Jerusalem for a long time. Then if you see, I don't know if you know about the Salahuddin Ayyubi, etc.
Even with Salahuddin was the third crusade. Before that, there were two
exactly.
crusades.
I'm just going fast forward. Yeah, okay. Salahuddin Ayyubi, and obviously Muslims ruling over that land. It's no. You understand? You can't tell me that no one's ruling over that.
Before the Jews also lived. Okay,
exactly.
Okay, listen, before and after Salahuddin, a lot of people stayed. It changed hands a lot. So can we just fast forward to maybe 1850s, where according to you guys, today's Israel-Palestinian problem started? Because if you say that, then Jews also lived in that land. You do admit Judaism came before Islam, right? As a religion, Judaism was before Islam. Islam is 1400 years old or 1600. Judaism is 4500. So Jews did live there. But if you go into history,
we'll talk about that first. Let's talk about that, yeah.
But because
you said to leave religion and then you bring religion.
No, in the present context, no, because you're going into Salahuddin and everything. But that Salahuddin was what, 11th century, and today is the 21st century. So can we just come to today? Can we come to today where, and if you go into history, can you show me that if there was ever an independent kingdom or state of Palestine?
Right. Palestine is a new thing anyway. And Islam, as Muslims, we talk about something called Khalifa, which is the ruling state, which stretched even to Spain. Muslims ruled Spain for 800 years. And in Spain, you had Christians, Jews living side by side. You know, as an Islamic state or Islamic empire, we had no problem with Jews living side by side with us. Even if you look in history, okay, because we have to look at history, we can't just look at today. Like I can't just look at today and see justification for America bombing Muslim countries because of 9/11 when things happened before that. You understand? But coming back into, so I have to do quite history, you understand? And when Jews were oppressed, where did they go? They went to Muslim lands because they knew that Muslims would take care of them, you understand? So this is the modus operandi of the Jews. They always knew that they were safe under Muslim rule.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, it just bothers me that you say Muslim. Isn't it Arabs?
Yeah. No.
Arabs are a very different.
Look, yeah. Okay, let me answer your question. I'll answer your question.
I'm sorry, it was Arabs.
There's Arabs that are Muslims, but not every Arab is a Muslim.
Because that's what happened when before the British gave
That's fine, don't
Israel.
worry about it. It's fine.
Before the British gave Israel to the Jews.
Yeah. Rebecca, is your name Rebecca, yeah?
Yeah.
Who did Britain take that land off to give it to Jews?
They lost
You
the
didn't answer
battle.
question.
The Arabs lost the battle.
So it belongs to the Arabs.
That's why the British gave.
But did it belong to the Arabs? Just answer the question.
They shared the land.
Shared
It
the
was
land
shared.
Shared with who?
The Jews, the Arabs,
So,
Muslims,
yeah.
Arabs, Christians. They shared the land.
They shared the land. Is that
Yes.
Is that a fact?
There was, you would have the Jewish. They lived in certain areas, and the Arabs lived in certain areas.
Who's ruling?
But there was no limit. It was not limited. It was.
Is that before it was a homeland, made into a homeland?
Do you know? Let me. I think I know where you're going at. Yeah. You know, under Islam. You know, under Islam. Yeah. If Islam is ruling, for example, say if Islam ruled the UK, for example. Yeah. The Jews and the Christians, inshallah, that one day will happen. The Jews and the Christians are allowed to have their own, like, separate laws, and they can govern by their own laws. That's not a problem. You understand?
Yeah.
But that land is governed by Islam. You understand? So. Okay, there's Jews and Christians living there, that's fine, but the whole land is governed by Islam.
Yeah.
Now what we have today is a Zionist oppression. If you look at some of the things that the rabbis are saying in Jerusalem, it's horrific. Even there was on Channel 4 News some while ago when there was white phosphorus being thrown up against the Palestinians. I don't say Palestinians, but Muslims.
I agree,
they were sitting down and watching what's happening. Understand?
They're not allowed to go to their praying.
They're not allowed to go to Masjid al-Aqsa. So there are a lot of oppressions happening. I'm not saying this is. I'm not saying this is.
Say something?
I'm not. I'll let you talk after I finish. Yeah? I'm not saying this is. I'm not saying this is the epitome of evil, because he might come up with this is why I'm doing. This is why we're doing it. Yeah? But what we're saying.
I'm not saying this is what we are doing. I went into Al-Aqsa, Masjid Al-Aqsa. I'm the first Bangladeshi in history to go to Israel. So I went into Masjid Al-Aqsa, allowed by the Israeli authorities, with a Bangladeshi flag. Now Bangladesh has, 120 million Muslims? So with a Bangladeshi flag, they allowed me to go. So
can I answer that question? The Bangladeshi flag has nothing to do with Islam. So that's relevant.
You are saying Muslims aren't allowed to go in.
No, the Bangladeshi flag.
No, Muslims are. Muslims aren't allowed to go in. I went with the Bangladeshi flag, which is a Muslim majority.
You misunderstood what I said. Yeah, I'm not saying Muslims are not allowed to go to Masjid al-Aqsa.
No, you just said that.
No, I'm not saying.
You did just say that.
Okay,
maybe you said it in a different interpretation.
I'm not saying that masjids are not allowed all the time not to go to Masjid al-Aqsa. I'm not saying that, yeah? There's times when they're allowed and there's times when they're not allowed. There's times when they're being kicked out, etc. Even you have to admit that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you are killing police officers, of course there will be the securities will put on metal detectors. The security will put different measures so that no more police officers die.
Yeah.
Don't kill police officers in the holy places.
Yeah,
don't kill people. Don't kill police officers. Don't smuggle in weapons and kill police officers in the holy places. Then they wouldn't have to ban anyone.
So you're saying that the reason why the people are being banned to go to Masjid al-Aqsa and the reason why the Jews are killing...
no one is banned. Sometimes they ban people under the age of 50 or sometimes 40 because of security measures. But most of the time, all the people of all religion, all age are allowed to go in.
Okay, here's the problem I find with this, yeah, this logic that you have here. Masjid al-Aqsa.
This is not a logic. This is the truth.
Yeah.
But have you been to Masjid al-Aqsa? Because I'm guessing you have a British nationality. You can easily go.
Yeah, I can easily go.
Yeah, but you haven't been to.
Let me answer that. For argument's sake, I'm going to agree with you. Yeah. But the problem with your analogy, the problem with your logic that you're probing, is that Masjid al-Aqsa does not belong to you. It belongs to the Muslims. So how dare you, okay, say to the Muslims, look, we're not letting you go to your mosque and pray. How dare you say that? Of course we're going to murk you for saying that, you understand? How dare you
in the same way, from 1948 to 1967, Jews weren't allowed to pray in their Western world.
Does two wrongs make a right?
In the Western world, for that 19 years. No, I'm not saying two wrongs make a right, but
so that's irrelevant. Let's talk about
Muslims of every age are allowed unless the Israeli authorities think there is a security threat, they ban from Muslims under the age of 40. And the thing that now you're going to say is, does Israel have any right to put in a security detector, metal detector? There are metal detectors in Mecca, there are metal detectors. I come from a country where there is the Istama. I hope you know the meaning of Istama, the second highest gathering of Muslims in the world. So even there, in Tongi, even there in Bangladesh, they have metal detectors. In Mecca, there are metal detectors. In airports, there are metal detectors. So what's wrong with a metal detector? Yeah. What's wrong with security being in Al-Aqsa? And why do Muslims, if a place is so holy, why do Muslims have to go and to smuggle in weapons and kill police officers?
Very good question. Very good question. And a really good question. Yeah, questions you asked me. Number one, because you don't deserve to be there in the first place. You don't deserve to be ruling in someone else's land. It's like me going to. I'll let you speak.
Okay, we never got into that
argument. Get Palestine in the first place years and years ago.
Sorry, say that again?
How would the Muslims have got Palestine to make it their land? Yeah. Say 14, 13.
Planet Earth belongs to us.
I gave him a brief history.
The thing is, we never got into that discussion. We jumped so many discussions.
So how did the Muslims, if they took that land, who did they take it from in the first place?
Good question, yeah.
You see the problem?
Have we looked in history?
But if you lose wars, you lose land. And they lost the war. They got involved in World War I, and they lost the land.
Yeah.
The Rothschild obviously went to the, to Balfour and the British Parliament. And let me give it. And I agree that the State of Israel has gone against some of the Balfour Declaration.
Some of them.
Yeah, exactly.
What about the White Phosphorus?
Sorry?
It's the White Phosphorus.
Oh, that's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. No, I know that. But what I'm saying is, but back to the. Yeah, I know it's terrible. But what the point is.
Basically, your argument. I understand your argument. You're saying that we lost the war, so it's give and take. Like,
so when you say we, you say Muslims. So you're saying all Muslims. Okay.
Yeah. So coming back to your question,
sure.
But
you're saying, how dare you? How did you get the land in the first place?
I'll come to that.
From all those different Muslim countries, how did you get them? You want to make Britain Muslim? How dare you take Britain? How dare you? How dare you?
So let me ask this question.
You see the thing, but then you're saying to him, so it's double standard.
Let me ask this question.
Okay, it's double standard.
There's two types of wars that are taking place here on a major level.
The world is a story of conquest.
Yes.
It's not double standard.
Okay.
No, but for him to tell him that he's got to give the land back.
I just want to add another question. Show me one country. You can video me now. I think you have already. Already in camera. Show me one country after the Second World War, one post-colonial state that was formed without any sort of conflict.
Exactly.
The whole world is formed. No, just one post-colonial state after 1945 that was formed without. Because I come from a region, the subcontinent. I don't know if you know the history, which has one of the biggest, one of the biggest tragedies. India was divided by the British, and a state was created called Pakistan, Pakistan was never in history. There was at least a kingdom of Judea or Samara or Israel. There was never a state or kingdom of Pakistan, and a Pakistan state was created. And don't say that it was with the people's permission or will, because 1.5 million people moved from India to Pakistan, Pakistan to India. Those who know Indian history will agree with me. And 500,000 people died in the process. So if you have no problem with countries like Pakistan, if you have no problem with countries like Croatia, then what? Slovenia, Slovakia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan. These were never states. And you are saying that these states you are okay with these states, but you are not okay with the state of Israel. Can I just finish? No, these are ongoing situations. India-Pakistan is the biggest militarized border in the world. India-Pakistan. So this is an ongoing situation. But also, if you're saying that,
BBC News, they don't show it.
No, but
it's not happening.
No,
how did that happen?
Can I just finish? And also, if you're saying that Muslims are being oppressed and everything, Muslims are not being oppressed. In Gaza, Muslims, the people living there are not in a great state. I'm not going to deny that, because Hamas is also terrorizing them, and Israel has a blockade. Israel has a blockade for its own security reasons. No, can I just finish? But if you're talking about the Muslim Ummah, you're not saying anything about Crimean Tatar Muslims who are being oppressed by Russia at the moment. You're not talking about Muslims in Uyghuristan. Can I finish? Uyghuristan or Xinjiang. You're not talking about Muslims who apparently are being oppressed in Kashmir, and this is a huge allegedly here because there are multiple reports coming out, differing reports. the Muslims are being tortured literally everywhere. You see, you're not talking about Syria, what Islamic State is doing. You're not talking about what recently came out that Saudi Arabia for at least 2 months now has cordoned off a Shia neighborhood and not allowing the people to live within the 1 mile radius. You're not saying anything. You are only highlighting Israel. And it seems like, no, for me it seems like you have a problem with Jews having their own state where they're providing equal rights to all of their citizens. It seems like you have a problem with that.
Let me give an analogy. Let me give an analogy to what you're saying, yeah. Because I don't think you understand what you just said, to be honest. But I'm going to give you an analogy so it sinks in, yeah.
No, because you don't know the history of the other parts. You know, I'm guessing you know the Israel-Palestine history well. But
alright, cool. Let me give an analogy so you understand what you just said, yeah. It's like someone is raping someone, he's raping the woman, and some people are condemning it, saying, why are you raping this woman? And saying, look, what about going on the road? Go and focus on what's going on. Look, yeah, we're focused on that person that's raping the woman, you understand? We're not going to focus on someone else, because that's happening in front of us. You're the problem, and you're causing the problem.
You are saying what you are being shown. You are saying what you are being shown. In Israel, Muslims are in, as I said, and I'm going to repeat, and you can say I am repeating, but Muslims are serving in the military, serving in the judiciary, serving in high-tech companies, serving as teachers, serving in every way. So I don't know where you are seeing. Again, I repeat, Gaza is a different situation.
They are settling in Palestinians' land.
In the 19th
Today, they are taking over the houses.
Do you agree with that, though? By the way,
I don't know about
stealing.
They are demolishing houses of terrorists, but there are new settlements that, at least for the last 10 years, with the right-wing government that they are building. And
well done.
All right. So you're not just seeing the positive.
Yeah. So can I just? I know you are being sarcastic, but she is not. The thing is, listen. I am a Zionist, but I'm not an anti-Palestinian. I do believe in a two-state solution, and I believe if and when, hopefully when, negotiations start and for a peace, both sides have to make compromises. And I believe some of the settlements, or I really don't like to call them settlements because it has a negative tone to it, but some of the neighborhoods that are being built or have been built in the last, after 93 Oslo Accords, I think some of them must be given back to the Palestinians for a two-state. I believe in a two-state, and like in 1979, Israel gave back Sinai, and that has been one of the most peaceful areas ever with Egypt. So I believe in a two-state solution that has to happen. But again, I'm going to counter this argument. Israel did withdraw from Gaza. According to your word, to the settlers, Israel withdrew. What did Israel get in return? Rockets and missiles from after. Yeah, they did. So you have to ask, why would any person, or suppose I withdraw and you start pelting me with rocks, why would anyone think of giving up land?
Okay.
I believe.
A good point you mentioned, yes. I want to talk about this. Now, first of all, Hamas, as Muslims, we don't support Hamas. You understand? If Hamas was in Islam's greatest interest, okay, Israel.
Sunni or Shia?
Listen, yeah, Israel would not exist if Hamas were doing anything good for the Ummah, like, you know what I'm saying? If they were doing anything worthwhile attacks in Israel, there would be no Israel anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in Islam's greatest cause at all. I don't believe that Hamas. Yeah, that's number one. Secondly, I spoke to a Jew last week, yeah, and I asked him a question, yeah, and I wanted to build on for this, but I couldn't build on because of the answer he gave me. I said to him, if a young boy is throwing a stone at you, does that give you the right to shoot him in the head? You know what he said to me?
What did he say?
He said to me, yes. I have every right to shoot him in the head. I have every right to shoot and defend myself.
That is his opinion. You are saying one Jew said that, but I'm not saying that. And
I'm just exposing that. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said.
The thing is,
listen, yeah.
He said that is his view, and I don't agree with it.
Okay, you don't agree with it. That's good. That's good. But the reason why I mentioned it, yeah, this is quite a famous street that comes to the park, yeah? And this is the overwhelming force of the Zionists in the area, especially the soldiers, yeah. And you have to admit this, because this happens on a daily basis. We see Muslims being killed, especially children and women being killed. Let me show you what's happening.
I can show you a video of the nephew or the niece of the Hamas leader who converted to Judaism and he is praising Israel. We can show each other lots of these things, but yeah, I'm willing to see. But praising Israel, so we can show each other lots of these things. Can I also ask you your opinion on what happened in 9/11? No, but can I ask your opinion on 9/11? What happened in 9/11? Do you think it is a conspiracy against Muslims? You think it's a? Are you recording it, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you think 9/11 was a conspiracy by Zionists and Muslims against Muslims? And also, do you think ISIS is created by Israel? I would like to know your answer to those questions.
Okay, this question, Abdul. Okay, so she said today Israel decided to keep Manon in prison. Okay. So she updates every so often. She updates. Yeah? 3 years ago today, Israel ended the 51-day attacks on Gaza. Yeah? But you disagree with that anyway, so I'm not going to show you that.
There is even in your favorite channel Al Jazeera, you didn't show any attack by Israel on Gaza.
Okay, look.
Where is she getting the news from? I would like to verify the source.
That's fine.
I would like to verify the source without any reference.
So I gave you the name. It's on the camera.
Okay, I will text her. I will text her because even Al Jazeera, the most anti-Israel channel in history, didn't report any 51-day attack. I don't know, 51-day attack on Gaza.
You know very well that most of the media is controlled.
Al Jazeera too. Now you're gonna say Al Jazeera is controlled?
Well, it was covered. It was look here.
Okay, now you are.
Listen, yeah.
No, but I wanted to ask you some two questions.
Yeah, go on, sure.
Do you think 9/11? Okay, guys.
To this conversation.
Do you think 9/11 was a conspiracy by the Westerners against Islam? And what do you think Israel created ISIS? What are your views? Because I've been hearing that a lot.
Okay, so
guys, please calm down.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
This is the problem. Okay, guys. Okay, wait. Don't be bad. Come here. Come here. Okay. All right. So okay. Now can we? Yeah.
So this show you again. This for the camera. Yeah.
Okay.
I showed him the tweet by Abdul
Without any source.
This is today. 8-year-old. Yeah, people can decide. Yeah. 8-year-old Asil Abu Ayun's last breaths after she was run over by a squatter today. Squatters have impunity by just claiming this was an accident. So they're saying that 8-year-old young innocent person, young boy, was run over by accident. So this is one of the things that the media.
You said it to the camera. Yeah. This was not reported by Al Jazeera or AJ Plus, the most anti-Israel channel. So people can judge.
What's your name again?
Shadman,
yeah? Shadman, look, Al Jazeera is not our standard, you understand? We have to verify, even you have to verify sources, you understand?
Yeah, that's why you are not telling me any of the sources. But
so,
okay,
number one, 9/11, I wasn't there, yeah?
No, but what is your view?
Islamic State.
What is your view? Your opinion, personal opinion on 9/11?
My opinion is not really important.
No, but I want to hear your opinion. What is your 9?
You want salvation for yourself.
No, I'm not. Okay, he can stop recording. For me, I'm already on YouTube so much. I don't need any more YouTube. But it's up to you. The thing is, I want to hear, do you think Israel created ISIS and do you think 9/11 was a conspiracy by Westerners against Muslims?
Now, I can talk to you about what I discovered before I became Muslim, but I haven't really investigated that much.
It's up to you. You can go from anywhere. This is an open question.
Shadman, relax, yeah.